Okay, welcome everyone. This is your teacher, Julian Marin, and today we're going to review Martes de Prueba number 2 for the 7th grade. I'm going to start sharing my screen so we can see the test right here. Okay, so as I always suggest, the first thing we need to do is to identify what kind of exercise we are solving, since not all the Martes de Prueba bring the same kind or the same type of task, right? So over here, for that, it is very important, first of all, to read the instructions. So what they're asking from us is to choose in each one of these conversations, because as you can see, we got some questions, right? Let me just zoom in a little bit. So we got some questions, and then we got some possible answers, right? Only one would be the correct one. So it is tricky because sometimes you could feel that even the 3 answers could work, but no, you need to pay attention to the details, right? Most importantly, you need to focus on the answer that is really answering the question that has been asked. Okay, so let's see in the exercise how is it that this can be done. Okay, so I'm going just to project questions 21, 22, and 23. So we're going to start with those, and let's see how it goes. So for the question 21, it says, do you like your bedroom? How is it? So we're talking about a very specific context. This is a bedroom, and we want to know, or the person wants to know, how is it? Like characteristics or so. So let's analyze the 3 options. A, yes, it's big and comfortable. So this answer is a very good option because it's answering to the first and to the second question. First, if you like it, says yes, and then describes the bedroom or this place as big and comfortable. Anyway, before we select this option, we need to analyze the other 2. B, sure, it's so useful and interesting. Okay, a bedroom probably wouldn't be interesting or useful, right? It's just a place to stay. So there is a chance we're talking about something different, like a tool, like an instrument, I don't know. So B wouldn't be a good option. C, yes, I love it because it's friendly. So we're talking about friendly, it's a characteristic from a person or even, I don't know, a dog or an animal, but not a bedroom. So definitely the correct option here would be A. Let's see question 22. Excuse me, this soup is cold. Can you heat it up? So the context over here clearly is a restaurant. We have a situation with a soup, which is cold. And over here, there is a request. Can you heat it up? Which could be a solution to the problem. Not the best, but anyway, a solution that is suggested. Let's analyze the 3 options. A, that's my fault. I will give it to you tomorrow. So over here, we're not talking about a soup, right? I mean, it's not possible to give it to the person the next day. The person is having lunch or dinner, so it's not a good option. B, don't worry about it. I bought one yesterday. So talking about something that was bought the day before. So there is no coherent connection. There is not a coherent connection between this answer and the question. So we cancel also B. So the remaining answer could be the only possible one. Anyway, let's read it and confirm. I'm terribly sorry. I will change it right now. So over here, this is a coherent answer. So the waiter, probably the waiter, is apologizing. And then suggest a solution to the problem. Notice that it's not the same solution. Sometimes this is tricky because we're looking for the same words, probably. Over here, one option was to heat it up, and the other option that was suggested by the waiter was even a better option, not to heat it up, but to change it, just to change it, okay? So that is why I believe the correct answer will be C. Let's continue with question 23. This is for you. I bought you a new book. Okay, so we're talking about a book, talking about a gift that is given to someone. This is not a question, but we need to complete the conversation. Okay, so over here, there is something going on. Somebody received a gift. So over here, we got 3 things, but only one is the correct one. Let's see. A, thanks. I really appreciate it. That's a coherent one. B, thanks for helping me with these curves. This is totally out of the context that is given in the first line of the conversation. So I will reject or cancel option B. Let's see option C. Thanks for coming here today. This is not related to the conversation either. So that is why I suggest the correct option will be A. Thanks, I really appreciate it. That is a normal answer you give someone who's giving you a gift. So that is 21, 22, and 23. Let's scroll down a little bit so we can give a look to the remaining 2 questions, 24 and 25. Okay, let's do it right here. Let's see 24. Where can we see the new movie? Okay, we're talking about watching the movie, probably in a theater, right? And that is the context. Let's see the possible answers. A, if you want, we can go on the weekend. Okay, the key reason why I believe this is not a good option is because over here we're asking, or the person is asking where, and the answer is mainly about when, the time, which would be on the weekend. So that is why I believe this is not the correct one. Let's see B. We can go to the Great Mall. It's near here. So this is a possible good answer, right? Because it's talking about the where. Where? The Great Mall. And the reason is near here, the place where they're talking. Anyway, let's evaluate option C. We can buy sodas and popcorn there. This really is not answering the question. Could be related because the context is sodas and popcorn, of course, is the same context. We're talking about watching a movie in a theater. But even though it is connected, this wouldn't be answering the question. So that is why we need to pay close attention to the characteristics of the question and also of the possible answers, because sometimes we get confused and we go and decide wrongly which could be the correct option. Example, talking about sodas and popcorn and talking about watching a movie, yes, you could go answering like that, but it would be incorrect. Let's see question 25. I heard you bought a beautiful bike. Is it true? Okay, we're talking about someone having a new bike. This could be a bicycle or a motorcycle. Some people call motorcycles as bikes, but let's evaluate the answers. A, yes, is black and white. This is a possible correct option. We're talking about, let's see, is it true? When they ask, is it true? You could say yes, and then you can describe the bike. So that is why I believe this is a good option. Anyway, let's check the other 2. B, yes, I feel better. This is an answer that could be for a question like, Are you feeling better today? Maybe someone who was sick or something like that, but no, this is not related to buying a bike. So I will suggest not to choose B. And C, yes, let's go to the gym. Okay, this is not answering the question either, because the main question is it true? I mean, the person heard some information and wants to confirm if that information is true or not. That is why I suggest that the option A would be the correct one, because it's directly answering to the question, yes, and then adds some coherent information. Yes, bicycles or motorbikes could be black and white. That is why I suggest A. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to mark 24. The correct option in 24, we decided, yes, it was B. So over there you have the the answers that I will be suggesting for this exercise. So, and with this, we're finishing this review for Martes de Prueba, number 2 on the 7th grade this year, 2026. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the future.